So we should be going live any moment now.
Oh yeah, I need to come up with the thing.
Yeah, your intros. You said you're doing the Le Guin story, right?
Yeah. Oh.
What? Oh, you said, oh.
I think we're live.
We're live. I just got that
We're
notification.
alive.
Going live. Oh, see, I turned the volume. It's so annoying to me on my phone when I turn the volume down and I pull up a piece of media.
Yeah.
And I still hear it. I turned the volume down.
Yeah, that's annoying.
So this happened to me the other day on a shoot.
Yeah.
Like, I was shooting, and it's just one of those situations where I just had to hit record on the camera, and I just had to sit back and flip through Facebook. And I had my volume turned down, and then I clicked on a story I wanted to read that had a video at the top, and it started playing.
Oh, that's
You know, 6 lawyers in the room stopped what they were doing to look at me for a second. And I was like,
Oh,
God.
no.
Yeah, very annoying.
All right. Are we ready to hit record?
Yep, hit it.
All right.
There we
We're
go.
going.
You see that red line going across?
Yeah,
Yep,
it's
I
down
see
at
it
the
too.
bottom, yeah.
Yep. All right.
All right.
So you guys know what your intros are
Yeah.
going to be?
So what order? Because there's only 2.
You and her.
Okay, so I guess I'll go first.
Yep.
Yep. You ready?
Yep.
On this episode of the Culturesmash Cast,
Can a new director bring Tomb Raider back from the grave?
And I Earth see what you're trying to do there, Fox.
it's pretty good.
Is that really?
It's not really.
Let me have this one.
Yeah, let her live. Let her live. All right, here we go. It's the Culturesmash Cast, episode 501 for September the 4th, 2019. I'm Stephen Lackey, editor of Culturesmash.tv.
Nicholas Qualls, contributor to Culturesmash.tv.
And Tina Heimball, contributor to Culturesmash.tv.
So we'll start by just at Nico's urging. Actually, I revisited the process for getting your podcast onto Spotify, and it was much easier.
Good.
Literally, it was a couple of clicks. Now, the first time I tried it, it just wouldn't go.
Yeah.
But I was not the only one who was having that issue. I think it was a feed burner thing or something. But now, hey.
Yeah, Spotify, I know a great many friends who, if it's not on Spotify, they won't listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well,
think
I like
Spotify
having everything
made
in
it
one
a little-
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, because I pay for the Spotify Premium. Well, I used to pay for it. And I don't know which one I pay for now. It's the Hulu Spotify combo. I get one of the two for free.
It gets paid for.
It gets
Yeah.
paid for.
It's
yeah.
not necessarily free. It's a combo deal.
It's very, very, very cheap, but
Yes.
I do pay. So to be able to get the podcast that I like in that spot also just keeps me from having to go out to Stitcher, which is what I used to do. Is I kept the Stitcher app on my phone, but now I don't really need that because I see a lot of podcasts starting to move to Spotify now. So
Yeah.
we are there. You can find us. Just search it, Culture Smash. You will see us there.
Woo.
All right. So what's everybody been up to?
Not much. We talked about this in the pre-show. We have not done a lot of interesting things.
Yeah.
You've been doing a lot of work. We've been like regular life and cleaning our apartment, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were. What did you say? What did you call it? It made me laugh.
It was rearrange the apartment convention.
Yep, that's
Because-
it.
Yeah.
Instead of Dragon Con.
Yeah.
And that spurred a lot of comments of other conventions people were at.
Yeah.
I think I was at Washing the Clothes Con.
Yeah.
Or
something like
I've
that.
been there. We were there last night.
Very boring conventions, but
Yes, very
necessary.
much so.
But yeah, it's been a few weeks for me of just, random work. Nothing too exciting. Although I am in pre-production on our next documentary project. Too early to talk about publicly, but
Nice.
we are
Nice.
in the pre-production phases, and it's going well. The only hint that I will give is it's a lot of things that I hate in this documentary, so I'm torturing myself by it. But I think it's going to be fun film to do. So let's look at the box office.
Sure.
Number 10 over the holiday weekend was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That one made $4 million. It's made 129, almost 130 million on a $90 million budget. I feel sad that, I'm glad this movie made money, but I feel sad it only made this much because it's a good movie.
It's a really good movie.
People
Yeah.
should see this movie. I just, I don't know. I have not kept up with what Tarantino films do box office wise, though. So I don't know if this is good, bad, or average. I don't know.
I feel like it's still pretty good for Tarantino, and I also think it's not as... It's more retrospective of a movie content. Like, whereas, say, Django Unchained, I think is probably his most easily accessible movie.
You think?
But in terms of mainstream Hollywood, even though it's still got a lot of weighty content with slavery and whatnot, it's his most streamlined movie, I think.
Yeah.
So I feel like I could see more people going for this kind of super actiony adventure movie that is Django.
Yeah.
Versus this more Hollywood love letter movie. It's definitely a nostalgic movie, so it may be kind of harder to get some buy-in, but it's still really good. I like it more than I think I like Django.
This movie probably is going to fall, and it's really weird because we did talk
I'm not
about
used to this chair.
Yeah, right. It's a different experience.
It is.
That one came from Zach, so be afraid.
I am.
Yep.
Terrible.
I didn't love the first hour, but I love the last 45 minutes so much that it's pushing ahead of some of Tarantino's other films, just because that last 45 minutes is so good.
I like moments in the first half.
Yeah.
It all together, gelling it together is kind of harder, but they're great scenes.
There really are.
Yeah.
All right, so number 9 is
an equally good movie.
The Angry Birds movie part 2. Okay, good to know. 4.2 million. It's made 34 million so far on a $65 million budget. Most people, I guess, don't think it's as equally good. Nope. Number 8, Spider-Man: Far From Home made 4.3 million. It's made 384, almost 385 million so far on a $160 million budget. It's weird when you see a movie that's in the top 10 whose physical and digital media is about to come out to home video. It'll be here in like a week. I think.
Pretty close.
Number 7 is Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. It made 4.9, almost 5 million on a 57 million. 57 million in total on a $25 million budget.
Yep. Which means, sorry, Steven, we're getting a sequel.
No, I hope we do, and I hope it's good. That's the thing, because the bones of something cool is there.
Yeah.
So I would watch a sequel. Number 6 is Overcomer. It made 5.6 million. It's made 17 so far on a $5 million budget.
I don't know that.
I don't know it either. I saw it at in the Regal. I've seen it on the Regal, like on Fandango and whatnot, but I don't know what the movie is.
It's some track and field movie thing.
Oh yeah. It's the runner.
Sportsies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so number 5 is Ready or Not. We should just come back to this.
Yeah, we'll come back to that one.
It made 5.9 million. It's made 20 million so far on a $6 million budget.
Yes.
Nice job. That's that traditional horror movie method right there.
Yeah.
Make it cheap and
people
make
getting
money.
ready for fall, yo.
Yeah. You get that pumpkin spice latte and then go see Ready or Not.
No, it's all about the pumpkin spice cold brew now.
Okay, good to know. Number 4 is Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. That one made another almost 6.5 million. It's made 157 million so far on a $200 million budget.
That's an underperformer.
That is an underperformer.
That is not what The Rock commands.
And I don't understand it because it's really good. And then Jason Statham is popular. I mean,
they're all it's got 3 popular stars in it.
Yeah.
And it's got the Fast and the Furious. Maybe it's Vin Diesel. Maybe Vin Diesel is the driving force.
Maybe so. He's the engine. Yeah. All right. So
the franchise runs on diesel. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe you're right. That's got to be it. Number 3 is The Lion King 2019. Of course, it made 6.9 million. It's made 521 million so far on a $260 million budget. Thank you, everyone.
I haven't seen this movie.
I'd like to just say thank you to everyone who went to see this for winning me the film ball this season.
It wasn't us.
Right? I haven't seen it either. Number 2 is Good Boys. It made 9.5 million. It's made 56.5 so far on a $20 million budget. It's a really good movie. It's a lot of fun.
It's not one I expect to stick around is at that high of a level, but
I think it's because there's just not as much coming out.
And then number 1 is also a case.
This is shocking, right? Number 1 is Angel Has Fallen.
Angel Has Fallen
is number 1. It made 11.7 million.
The third in the Gerard Butler
Fallen
something
series.
has fallen. It is the Fallen series.
Yeah. It is. Almost 41 million on a $40 million budget.
We're gonna get a 4th one.
It made its money back in its opening weekend plus $1 million.
But it's the second weekend.
Second weekend.
Oh, second weekend.
But still, we're gonna get a 4th Fallen movie. I don't even know how this one ends. I didn't know how the last one ended.
Right?
I know we changed presidents because Morgan Freeman's now the president.
So Angel Has Fallen. The next one should just be Lucifer.
Right? So I think Morgan Freeman has been the president for the last...
No. He was president in this one. It was oh crap, what's the guy's name?
In all 3 of the others?
This is the 3rd one.
So
the first 2, it was the guy who played Two-Face in Dark Knight.
Oh, so there's been Olympus Has Fallen.
Yeah. Well,
And
this is
then
the first one. That guy.
Olympus,
London Has Fallen.
London
and
Has Fallen.
Angel.
And
It's
Angel's
only
the
those
third
three.
one.
Yeah, there's another one that's a White House Down that
White House
I
Down,
always
different
confused
franchise, yeah.
into that series. Yeah. So who was the president in that one? Was that
Jamie
one?
Foxx.
Okay.
It was Jamie Foxx and the wrestler guy. I forget his name. The wrestler.
John Cena?
John Cena. I think it was John Cena.
That sounds
I
horrible.
can't see what you're talking about, Nico.
Or no, it wasn't. It was the guy from Magic Mike.
Yeah, that's
Channing
who it was.
Tatum?
Channing Tatum was the
Channing
the
Tatum.
guy. Yeah,
You're right.
that's it. It was
So I saw this movie.
yeah.
We could start with that
Angels
one.
Fallen?
Yeah, I
Oh,
saw
okay.
it.
Oh, okay.
And it's all because, I love to say it because Zach is finally signing up. It was because of having the Regal Unlimited.
So
I was
great.
like, what the
Yeah.
heck? Why not? I'm going to go see it for free. I'm here at the theater already because I saw Ready or Not, and I thought, let me just stick around and see this one too. So here's the thing about this movie. It is 100% predictable. In the first 5 minutes, you know how the last 5 minutes is going to go.
I mean, I could have told you that, and I've only watched the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, you legit know almost in the opening credits who the bad guy is. I mean, it's so obvious. But Gerard he's fun to watch in an action movie.
He is.
I enjoyed
I
it.
will say, Gerard Butler is one of the reasons why I've seen a lot of action movies that I never thought I would see.
And Morgan Freeman plays a great president.
Yeah.
He's done it many times.
It's Aaron Eckhart. Aaron Eckhart is the
Eckhart.
president.
Yeah.
So yeah,
All right.
Morgan Freeman was the Speaker of the House in the first two movies.
That's right. That's why I thought he
He's-
was in those
He's
films.
in those movies. He's just not the president role. So I guess an election happened and he won the presidency.
It's almost like there's a democracy.
These come out every 3 years because Olympus was in 2013,
Mm-hmm.
London was in 2016, we're in 2019, and here is Angel. So in 2021, in 2022, sorry, is the next one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
2022, everybody.
You're calling it now?
Yeah.
Calling it now.
Lucifer has fallen.
Lucifer Has Fallen. What a great name that would be. So this one, Olympus Has Fallen was legit sort of the attack on the White House. London
Yeah.
Has
Yeah.
Fallen. I don't know
Was-
if I've seen it.
London
I've
Has
not seen
Fallen was
London Has
when
Fallen.
the president went overseas
Yeah.
to Parliament. Or like
That's
the
right. I
UN
did
speaking.
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Angel Has Fallen is about Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
Because he is the guardian angel.
Yeah,
That's
he's
his
being
job.
set up, yeah.
So this is about him, and it's they kind of die hard him a little bit. He's not like the superhero that you think he is and stuff. So I mean, it's fun. It's if you were paying like buying tickets, it's a fine Sunday afternoon kind of matinee film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a solid. Just because the action is so much fun to watch, it's a solid 6 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. It's just there's no surprises or anything like that's going to shock you story wise.
I'm just wondering because when the fourth one happens, they need one of the villains from the previous three movies to come in to
They
team
do.
up with Gerard Butler.
or actually just pull a Die Hard and have the brother
Oh, yeah.
of one of the villains.
Or Aaron Eckhart needs to come back and become
as a
the
villain.
villain. Yes.
Yeah, that's what needs to happen. That would be great.
I
too.
just wrote the movie.
You did it.
Yeah.
Good. Get us that paycheck.
Yeah, here we
Right?
go.
Get us that, what is it, 400 million?
Give me that $40 million
paycheck.
Exactly.
I'll take it.
So opening this weekend, the only thing is It Chapter 2. It's 72%.
That's the only thing that needs to open.
It's only
I'm
72
Just saying.
It's 72. It's not.
It's a little low.
little, but I'm still expecting good things.
Yeah, I'm still expecting good
I
things.
don't care the rating that it's gotten because I've been waiting 2 years for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, I had been waiting years for them to do another It remake.
Yeah,
Because, like, I love the little miniseries.
I love it too. But
Like, I was raised on that miniseries.
Same.
I was legit raised. By the time I was, I think, 7 or 8, I could pretty much recite all of Pennywise's lines.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much my mom made me watch that movie.
Well, that's Twisted.
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole other show.
Right
But
now,
it's great.
Yeah, right now we only have about 100 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. That's not a lot.
No.
No, it's low. And I think probably one thing if we dug into the reviews, probably one thing that's hurting it is its length because it's really long.
I think
It's
it-
almost
this
3 hours, right?
It's 2:45.
It's 2:45. It's
Yeah.
a long movie, and it's probably also in comparison to the last one. Doesn't matter how good this one can be really good, but not as good as one, and then that's probably going to hurt the reviews. As
It
well.
is. You know, one thing that annoys me is I'm told that there's some scenes with the kids where they had to de-age them a little bit because kids grow fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. This
So,
is 2 years after. the
Why
movie.
didn't they just because this was
Shoot
in
the shots right
shoot
then
the shots
when they
back
had the
then?
kids?
Yeah.
I don't think they...
I don't think they were confident that they were going to
Yeah.
get to this. which is stupid. I agree,
stupid.
it's stupid.
Yeah, absolutely, it's stupid.
But I do think It One was a breakout hit. They didn't expect it to do as well as it did, but they definitely should have went in planning for it because they didn't even have the adults casted yet by the time the movie came out.
Right.
Yeah.
So they definitely weren't that far into production in it. Because I know supposedly there's another Georgie Vision or something, and he's probably the one they really have to
de-aged.
de-age.
Yeah, because he will
was
have
the
changed
youngest,
a lot.
so he would know the most.
Yeah. Which
I'm
is
looking
crazy.
forward to it because I love how they split up the chapters. Because I mean, in the miniseries, you get a taste of their adult life, and then it goes into the kid flashbacks, and it goes back to the adult life. A lot of back and forth. But in the books, which it does that in the books, but in the books, the children parts have such a massively different feel because you're feeding off that childlike terror. Whereas when they're older, you can do a lot more stuff that you can't really do with kids.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking.
And we all know anybody who's familiar with the books.
No,
Stephen King did a lot of stuff with those kids.
What's that?
No, I didn't say that.
Child orgy in the sewer.
Well, yeah,
You
but
said
that
it.
was in the book, not in the movie.
Yeah.
That's why I said Stephen King did a lot of stuff with
Yes,
those.
he did.
Like, honestly, one of the things that they're bringing to the adult side that was in the kids side from the trailers is what looks like the hotbox scene.
Yeah.
Where they pretty much induce a vision of how to defeat Pennywise. And I'm very interested to see how the adults handle that because I know how the kids handled it in the book. So,
the thing is, when you look back at the miniseries, if you watch it, the adult sections don't hold up. But the
No.
kids sections do.
yeah, the kids
The kids sections is like watching Stand By Me.
Yeah.
They hold up. The
I
kids
still have
sections are good.
flashbacks.
I think it's
of-
because they had really good kid actors, and which I think is also the thing that made one stand out really well, is because they had really
Those
good kid
kid
actors.
actors were phenomenal.
They were really good.
And even-
who is the female, the girl?
I forget her
the
name.
curly hair.
She's super good.
Adorable.
And I think she was standout.
Yeah.
She was
She-
so good.
Yeah.
I
But-
see her as like a
She's going to be doing
Dakota
stuff,
Fanning or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Like really
She's
beyond her
yeah.
age as
If
far
she
as
keeps
ability.
at it, like the way that she was in it, if she keeps at it, she's going to be a powerhouse.
And she did that Nancy Drew movie right after, which no one saw, but I heard was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen it either because I feel like it just got dropped in theaters for 3 weeks and then went away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could that won't do anything for her career like her did. It'll be fine. But yeah, I think she did really good. And that's another thing that may hurt the second movie too, is because even if the adults are fine actors, and they are fine
Well,
actors.
they casted some A-listers for this
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
but they're not going to be as like, oh, look, Jessica Chastain put in a really good performance. Oh, that's surprising. This kid put in a really good performance.
That's
Yeah.
surprising.
Yes.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from with that. Makes sense. So I know you guys just rewatched the first one.
Sophia
Yeah.
Lillis, that was the actress's name.
Yeah, she's
The
great.
Young Beverly Marsh.
I plan to do that on Saturday. I'm going to watch the first film, and then we're going to go see the second one.
Well, we didn't have a choice. We had to watch it that night. Otherwise, we wouldn't have watched it before.
No, because we're seeing it tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are like
We're
going to like
like,
first
yeah.
showing.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
7:00 first showing.
So it's going to be interesting for us to talk about it because I got tickets to the 4DX.
That's going to be. I really want to know how the 40X goes.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just Zach and I were just talking about it. The last 40X film we saw is just thinking about how cool a movie with jump scares in those moving seats could be. Because one of the things it does when we experienced in like Avengers is when someone gets punched, they punch you in the back in the seat. Can you imagine a jump scare and it punches you just like that right when it happens?
No, I'd be punching the seat back.
All right, I can't wait to talk about it. Next week, though, is Film Ball, so I don't know if we'll get to it next week.
Yeah.
Next week's going to be a
Yes.
fun week. So we do have some things to talk about. The Bad Boys for Life trailer.
We got a bunch
dropped
of trailers,
today.
yeah. Bad Boys for Life.
So what did you guys think of Bad Boys for Life?
So, just to familiarize people who may not remember the Bad Boys franchise, 'cause
Martin
it's
Lawrence
been a
and
while.
Will Smith.
Martin Lawrence and Will Smith are cops. They are the Bad Boys.
Good old 90s actiony,
First
weird
two,
buddy cop movie, but not really buddy cop movie.
first two movies are directed by Michael Bay. This one isn't. It's
You can tell by
it's
the
a Belgian
explosions.
duo. Yes.
You don't think they look like Michael Bay explosions?
This one's got like a weird purple dust cloud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. Why is the sky pink?
I mean, this it's
It's like a smoke bomb.
well, that one's a smoke bomb. There's
Yeah.
a smoke bomb that
But
happens.
there's just a shot of the horizon where it
There
looks
is.
pinkish purple.
I think.
Well, I mean,
I think that's
in
just supposed to be a
Miami.
stylized
I think
pinkish
that's-
purple colored like.
I think
sunlight.
that's a Miami thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it is. Hey, Will Smith knows. He did the song.
That's true. That's true.
And it's hard to memorize those lyrics.
It is hard to memorize those lyrics. So what I can't decide by the trailer is if the movie's actually going to be funny. Because the first two Bad Boys films were hilarious.
They are. And I think this one's definitely... It feels like a Bad Boys trailer. It feels very reminiscent. It has a lot of the same Will Smith, Martin Lawrence riffing on each other beats that the last one did.
The first scene you see in the trailer is this really nice car driven by Will Smith, and Martin Lawrence bangs the door as he's opening it against a yellow fire hydrant.
And that might be the most Michael Bay shot of the entire trailer.
It was a very Michael Bay.
Like how it goes around the car like that.
And it's like, I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. If you've ever ridden in your friend's expensive car, you've done that. And they've had that same reaction.
Well, those are lines from the movies.
Yeah.
They definitely were playing to get lines that people are familiar with in this trailer, which almost kind of worries me because hopefully
they don't lean on it too
much. Don't lean on it too much.
You could try too hard.
Yeah, you could try too hard and it's like, okay,
it's
there's
good
nothing
for
there.
the first trailer when they're just trying to get that little...
I agree.
Drop of water into people's mouths, like, get thirsty for it, come on.
But basically the premise seems to be Martin Lawrence is wanting to try to retire.
But wasn't that sort of kind of in
also
the
when he
second
was
one?
Also kind of the second one too. I think he was trying to transfer in the second one.
Yeah, maybe that was it. He was trying to ride a desk in the second one.
In this one, he's trying to just flat out retire, which makes sense because they've been doing this for about 30 years, and I don't think they've got a promotion or anything. Their captain hasn't been promoted. Their captain's the same guy. And it's like, what is going on?
That actually was kind of neat to be able to see some of the side characters coming back.
Yeah, Joe Pantoliano coming back. I liked his role in the previous two movies, so it was really cool.
I am optimistically on the fence.
I think it'll be okay.
I don't know. I'm just not optimistic about it because I just feel like
from the first trailer, I have enough optimism to last me until I see the second.
I'm not put off by this trailer. This trailer does not take me away. I am still kind of concerned because it's not Michael Bay because
Isn't that weird thing to say? That you're concerned that it's not Michael Bay.
It is weird.
But I feel the same way.
Because it's not Transformers. Transformers didn't need Michael Bay. But the Bad Boys franchise is straight up Michael Bay action distilled perfectly.
Yeah.
It's like that humor is there, and it helps that he's got good vehicles for that with Lawrence and Smith. And it's got the action, it's got the explosions, it's got the cars, it's got everything that Michael Bay loves in movies, and it works well in those two movies.
It does.
And then we get to this one, and it's like Michael Bay's not there.
I don't know why he wouldn't do this movie.
What else is he doing?
Right? What else is he?
He's not directed Transformers anymore.
Right?
So
and he probably needs to stay away from it now because it's been proven that someone else can do it better.
Yeah.
As much as we and most people rail on Michael Bay because 99% of his movies are not good. You're the cat. I don't know if the mic picks that up, but the cat is meowing in the background.
Very angry.
Very angrily. So he has high points in his career though, where no one else could have done it but him. And the Bad Boys films is one of those points. The closest thing probably would be Richard Donner doing the Lethal Weapon films. Those are his films.
Totally. I'm curious about seeing more, but it is weird. Michael Bay, how integral into the equation is Michael Bay? We'll find out.
What we will say, what we can say, is the two directors, and it's two guys that I've never heard of before, have obviously grown up on Michael Bay films.
Yeah.
Because they replicate his look pretty heavily in this film in a lot of scenes.
Which I think is one of the things that has me worried.
Yeah, it's Adil Al-Arabi and Bilal Fallah. They're, I think, Belgian or something. But
thank you for interrupting me, bro.
I was just giving reference on who they are.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's one of the things that always worries me is when directors, especially ones that we're not as familiar with, try to replicate another director's work. It 9 times out of 10 feels fake.
It does.
And I cannot watch a fake movie.
But at the same time,
ridiculous as that sounds,
if you're going to direct a film that exists within a certain world,
it needs to
better be that world.
Yeah, it needs to have that balance. Like
this is a problem I've had with the Star Wars movies.
Yeah, they need to have that Michael Bay feel to it, but they also need to put their own stamp on it to where it's not just like, oh, that was a Michael Bay copycat. Yeah.
And some of this could be coming from Will Smith because he is on as a producer.
He's one of the producers.
Yeah.
So, him and Jerry Bruckheimer. Bruckheimer, which was produced the original ones too, is also producing here.
And a lot of people will tell you that anything that Bruckheimer directs is heavily influenced by him as far as look.
Yeah.
And if you look at his like career as a producer, his stuff stands out.
Yeah.
It's just him and Michael Bay have done so much together. It's hard to tear them apart. Who's
I guess we'll find out. We'll find
part
out
of
which
what?
one
Yeah.
is the bigger part of the equation.
exactly
All right. Also coming out soon.
Joker. I know the trailer's actually been out like a week or something, and I just saw it today with you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the new one, the final one.
The new Joaquin Phoenix Joker
Yeah.
movie.
I'm still not on board.
Wow, really? I'm in.
You know what?
I am in it.
I'm intrigued. I want to see it. I really want to see what they do. I'm very fascinated with it. I still don't need a Joker movie.
Well, and we talked about this in the pre-show. No one asked for a Joker movie.
No one.
No.
And
Warner Brothers asked for a Joker movie.
Yeah, and sometimes that should be telling that no one wants it. And there are times where you didn't ask for it. Like I didn't ask for a Guardians of the Galaxy movie with a talking raccoon, and now
It's true. Yeah,
so this could
Now,
be.
I will say,
And this is also rated R, which gets me excited.
I will say, I liked this trailer a bit more than I liked. A great deal more than I liked the first couple trailers, because I think it would be a better movie if it wasn't tied like to that Joker character. Like if they had found another way to do his crack at the end to where he's not the Joker, but something similar without that connection of Batman and Gotham and the Clown Prince of Crime. Joker's not one of my favorite villains.
I agree.
With Joker.
I would like for that to happen too. I just don't see how it can.
I don't think I could either. It would just be some random like crazy guy movie.
Well, I don't see how they could really do it without one going, oh hey look, it's a Joker, but they're just not calling it the Joker. Like I don't know how to divorce it, which is really annoying because
like honestly, I think the way that it would have like a good mesh of it is if they hadn't announced like this is the Joker movie. If they had waited until the end.
Boy, wouldn't that be cool if no one knew it was the Joker movie till it came out.
That would have been the best way to do a Joker movie.
That would have been the coolest thing ever. But I never wanted a Joker origin. That's the thing that always frustrates me is anytime someone's going to nail down, we're going to decide here's the Joker's origin.
You can't do that. Even DC can't decide.
And maybe this movie will do some sort of reality or perception shifting where it's like it's an unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
You can't take this movie for face value. It may not actually be the Joker's origin.
Yeah.
I would love it if that's the case.
That would be okay, yeah.
But yeah, I don't usually care about a Joker's origin story, but they are telling from what it seems like in the trailers, they're telling a very fascinating story of this very deranged, disturbed individual further departing from reality and just breaking down. And that is usually a fascinating thing for theater.
I will say, in this trailer, I liked that it dealt more with, there's no real cause for his mental spiral. Whereas in the first couple, it was like, oh, he's attached to his mother. Obviously, something's going to happen with his mother. Or, just small little tidbits of, here's why. And I hate that. It's one of the reasons I hated Rob Zombie's Halloween is... don't try to explain something that's not supposed to be explained. Yeah. Like, the reason Michael Myers is so scary is because there's no reason why he wasn't abused as a child. He wasn't this. Like, no. He's just pure, unfiltered evil. Yeah. Just like with the Joker. There's no reason why he snapped. He's just that insane. And there's no bargaining with There's no redemption.
I don't feel that... Like, I 100% agree with you when it comes to Halloween. He's supposed to be just an entity. Yeah. He's supposed to be
an
now the Joker,
force.
growing up with the Joker, to me, the Joker always had backstory, and they have adjusted it here and there and changed it, but the core bones of it have all been pretty consistent.
Ace chemicals, falling in the vat.
Well, okay, the basics of the person finally becoming the Joker. Yeah. It's the... outside of who the Red Hood is, or who, right. Jack, the character, what's his last name? Jack Nicholson's character, who is also Jack in the movie for Batman. Yeah. Outside of who this person is, before they fall into the vat of chemicals, you should never know that. No. But it's like, oh hey, now we're gonna know. There's this random criminal that Batman chases down, and through Batman's attempt to stop him, Batman does screw up and drops this guy in a vat of acid, and he becomes Batman's greatest nemesis.
Yeah.
It's not acid, it's chemicals.
Yeah, okay, chemicals.
How specific.
Either way.
Yeah. So the one thing about this film, though, is cinematically we've had two very specific stamps put on the Joker character.
Yeah.
And so Joaquin Phoenix had big shoes to get into to play this character again. And the thing about him is when he does something like
Jared
this...
Leto didn't have very big shoes yet.
Jared Leto was terrible, and he failed. Yeah. But Joaquin Phoenix looks like he just becomes this character.
Yeah.
He does. And
And that's one thing, like, Joaquin Phoenix, I had no, like, when they said, oh, we're making a Joker movie, I was like, oh, God. But then they were like, oh, we're getting Joaquin Phoenix. I'm like, good choice.
Yeah.
He does character roles right. Like, this is definitely right up his skill set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't go into this movie with, like, Todd Phillips is the director, and I don't go into it thinking, oh, Todd Phillips has this huge vision of cinema that I've seen. Like,
I don't even know.
Like a Tim Burton or a Christopher Nolan, not like something, not a cinematography that's that kind of, it's theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the two main Jokers that we have in cinema, screw Jared Leto, Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely are their own stamps, even though Jack Nicholson's is just him being Jack Nicholson makeup. It's still great. It's still fun.
It's still really
fun.
entertaining. Yeah.
And then Heath Ledger's is just amazing.
Yeah, Heath Ledger.
So, yeah, I am fascinated to see. I don't know if this is going to be more of actually Joaquin Phoenix driven, not necessarily the director's vision of putting it through.
I will say, the laugh that you hear in the trailer is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's really good.
Yeah. And it's funny.
Short of
looking
Mark
at
Hamill's laugh, that's
it's
a
probably
great
right there.
I really, it's because we switch out Batmans. Can we switch out Jokers?
Yeah.
Can Joaquin Phoenix be Robert Pattinson's Joker? That would be great.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be
Yes,
great.
that would be great.
That would be really great. It's so funny, though. He does this sort of whole... sort of like Christian Bale used to do with this body acting thing, because the last time I saw Joaquin Phoenix is this awesome movie on Amazon that you were never really there, where he probably put on about 40 pounds. He was a chunky dude.
He was.
And now you look at this movie and you can count his ribs. He's gotten so scrawny and weird, like weirdly.
It terrifies me when I see actors who do that body transformation.
He does that a lot. He does actually get into shapes for movies.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be very gangly or kind of like normal. He doesn't get bulked up all that much, except for Are You Really There? But he does tend to use his body a lot, and his performances sort of make sense that he does that. The only, I guess he just doesn't do it to like the extreme of Christian Bale doing the
Machinist,
and then immediately going into Batman.
Right.
Like that. I think that's just the vision that everyone has.
Is it bad that I always call the machinist the mechanist?
Yeah,
that's
Thank
funny.
you, Fallout.
But you have a stick of Christian Bale putting on 200 pounds of muscle for Batman.
I don't even think he could do that now.
I don't think anybody could. I don't know how he did that. I'm surprised he didn't get a heart attack or something.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, they said he did get sick from it, I think.
He did probably get sick.
He did get sick from it.
And then now he's doing Vice, putting on in then American Hustle, where he was putting on all this body weight of fat, not even muscle.
Yeah, in Vice, like I did not like that movie overall, but you couldn't recognize him.
No.
With the weight he put on and the facial like prosthetics that they did, I was like.
And then Russell Crowe was like, "Oh, I can do that," and he did Roger Ailes in the Showtime show.
That's right. All right, so now we got something that Tina's excited about. Knives Out.
Yes.
Go.
So I am a huge Agatha Christie fan. I think you actually just found that out. I don't know how, with my love of Clue and whodunits and whatnots. But Knives Out.
I have one Agatha Christie I'll mention in a second that I love. Okay.
Knives Out is basically in the vein of an Agatha Christie whodunit. It's, from everything that I've seen and read, it's basically a cinematic tale on her play Black Coffee, which I actually did a catering gig once with my brother. We made Linzer tarts and stuff for a company that did Black Coffee.
That's cool.
It was fun watching my brother see an Agatha Christie play, because he was like, "Who did it?" And I was like, "Oh, I can tell you, like right now." But no, it stars Jamie Lee Curtis. It stars Daniel Craig. It stars Chris Evans.
Of course.
Yum, 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 yum. It has a really good cast. You can tell each one of them is they're having fun with it. You can tell that just by the trailer itself.
Chris Evans is just having fun being in a movie where he can cuss.
Yes. I mean,
You can just
he's
tell.
saying eat poop.
That's not what it says.
Yeah.
But
Yes. Except for he didn't say poop.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely.
language.
Yeah. Daniel Craig plays the detective. And it's basically this rich family loses their patriarch. And it's a classic, again, whodunit, trying to find the killer and lots of red herrings and murder mystery. So it's right up my alley.
It is very.
I like seeing Daniel Craig try to do a southern accent.
Yes.
Oh,
I never
man.
think it's good.
It's never
See,
good.
but
KFC.
it's still fun. It's so bad. I enjoy it.
And I don't think this
Tony
movie's going
Collette looks
be
weird to
taking
me
it-
in this.
Huh?
Tony Collette looks weird to me. I don't know
Yeah.
if she's doing like
She
some kind of weird like tan or something.
They're supposed to be the rich people, you know.
So it's like a spray tan.
Yeah, spray
Yeah.
tan, Botox, plastic surgery. You know, but she just looks like a sun-dried tomato.
She's
Like,
such a good actor. though.
yeah. No, I think this movie's not going to take itself seriously, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Now,
think
I
it's
didn't
gonna be-
see Murder on the Orient Express. I heard really bad things.
It's okay, but I think it definitely felt like everyone jumped on board to say that they were in an Agatha Christie movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Whereas this one's not. Black Coffee is not a very well-known Agatha Christie play. First off, it's a play, not a novel.
Yeah.
So most people are used to digesting Agatha Christie in, novel format. And they don't mention Agatha Christie. They don't even mention, based
Not even
on.
in the trailers.
Yeah.
yeah,
kinda
which I
funny.
think is probably smart.
Yeah,
because
it's definitely
they don't
smart.
want you to know that this is smarter than what it is.
Yeah.
So which actually isn't a
And
bad
it's
idea.
brought,
Yeah.
it's brought to you by the same people who did Looper.
Yep.
I forget which Star Trek, or not Star Trek, Star Wars?
It's not the director, is it?
No,
of
I
Looper?
think it's the producer.
Okay, because
don't
the
know.
director
Yeah.
of Looper also brought us the last Star Wars movie. And
It might.
No, it is. It is.
is.
It's but Looper
Yeah.
was good.
Looper was good. Yeah.
But no, I'm excited, and no, not just because it has Chris Evans, even
That
though that is a
doesn't hurt.
major part of why I was like, holy crap.
Yeah. Ryan
But
Johnson's the
It's
name.
Yeah.
it's everything I really
That's
want
Zach's
in a movie.
boy.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe
Zach's
he's
boy.
getting a comeback now.
Maybe so.
Now that Zach's gone.
Now that Zach's
That's
gone,
it.
Zach's boy's about to blow it out the water.
The one thing that as a kid, I used to see on like Sunday afternoon, like cinema or whatever, watching TV, I would see 10 Little Indians, and I would love a modern retelling of 10 Little Indians. I would watch that.
Yeah.
Do it like this. Do it period, like Murder on Orient Express.
Yeah.
But tell that
Honestly,
story again. I would love to see that with new actors.
I would love to see, and then there were none. That was
Yeah.
always one of my favorite Agatha Christie stories.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Just
That's-
because you're stuck on an island in this gorgeous mansion with
Mm-hmm.
the killer. You don't know who.
Well, and that's her thing, is to stick everybody in one spot,
Yes.
one set. And I love that too. And that's where you have to have really strong actors. Which this movie
Not a lot of excuses for mess ups.
exactly. And this movie has a real strong cast. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
see it. It looks
Plus,
pretty.
it has their own version of the Iron Throne.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool too.
All right. That looks good. We'll see
Speaking
it.
of Star Wars,
Yeah, the new
Yes.
Rise of Skywalker. I don't know if you call it a trailer as much as I don't know. Is it a trailer?
it's a teaser.
A teaser or
Second
something?
teaser.
It came from D23.
You still don't get a lot of story beats from it.
No.
But what's really set people
In fact,
off
they used, for the first couple of minutes, they just used, footage.
Yeah,
from
from the good movies.
Yeah.
And then the mediocre
Well,
movies.
no. I was gonna say, yeah, there are prequel scenes in here too. Let's
yeah.
be careful with it. What we throw around is good movies.
So the thing that's been setting everyone off, though, is seeing
The end.
Rey with the double lightsaber,
Sith
Double
Lord.
red lightsaber, black robes, very Sith-like appearance.
So I have two things about that. The first thing is when that lightsaber is folded, how the heck are you supposed to fight with that thing? It looks like the way it's built, you have to fight with it unfolded.
Yeah,
And if that's the case, then why fold it?
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
get it either.
Because Darth Maul didn't fold
just
his.
do the Darth Maul. I don't
Yeah.
understand it. It looks weird. You had two things. What's one?
Maybe it separates and
Maybe.
and there's
next
like a
We'll see.
junction in the middle. That,
Yeah.
It looked like it had a hinge because it flips. in the
It
scene.
does
Yeah.
have a hinge.
Yeah.
it does flip.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen people who photoshopped it, flipping it. It's like a Swiss Army knife.
Well, and apparently this is a pull from the animated series. That lightsaber has been used in the animated series.
I've heard in areas of the expanded universe. I don't know what, so animated, I guess, that it has been used, but I've never heard it or seen it.
Yeah.
And I'm not. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist because I haven't seen it. It's just I'm not familiar with it, and visually looking at it in this movie frame, it looks weird.
Yeah.
So I am curious what it'll look like once we actually see it in action. Outside of being flipped.
Yeah.
The other thing for me is people are blowing up about that sequence, and they're trying to figure out what it means to the overall story, and is Rey going to turn dark and all this stuff. The thing that bothers me is, to me, it's obvious what it is, and it's a callback to Luke's training when he sees himself in the woods when he's learning with Yoda.
It's going to be some kind of vision or something.
I don't care either way because they shouldn't explain it. Everyone should theorize what it is and be wrong or right. It doesn't matter because outside of how it looks when it's folded, it's weird. But once it's flipped over and you have Rey with a double-sided lightsaber staff,
that red glow on
that
her
looks
face.
cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool visual, so it should be in this teaser and not explain anything about it.
Yeah, no, it was great for that 2 second at the end. That's it. That's all you get.
And it makes sense for Rey to have a staff lightsaber because before she got Anakin's lightsaber, that's what she fought with, was her staff.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense that hers would be that. But yeah, I don't want that to be explained. I just want to know what it is when I watch it.
Invented the color switch, the mood color. Who knows?
So the thing for me is, these last two movies have kind of crushed my soul when it comes to Star Wars. So I've been kind of on the whole franchise. But the thing I appreciate from the footage that we saw is training. I never liked how powerful and how awesome she was with no training.
Yeah.
At least now it looks like, J.J. Abrams is going back and fixing the crap that Rian Johnson left for him and training her. And, we don't see it, but I'm willing to go on the record saying it's going to be, Ghost Luke Skywalker training her.
Oh, totally. It should be.
Yeah. Because you hear his voice in the...
The best things are still going to be Luke in the movie.
It's still going to be Luke, yeah.
My favorite parts of the last movie were Luke.
I will say, I love how this teaser, completely made everybody forget about the surprise of last teaser with the Emperor's laugh. Because nobody's mentioned that at all.
Well, one, we know it. It's a known entity, and he does get a little bit of line.
He gets something in there, right?
He gets a line towards the end.
Yeah, but nobody's for all the theories that we have about evil Rey, nobody mentions anything to do with the Emperor, and I'm like,
well, I think it's because we know.
Yeah. I think he's a given. He's going to be in there in some form.
But I think that's also the thing that's intriguing me too about this is, as much as we kind of want them to do new things, Palpatine's cool. I like Palpatine, and if
Palpatine was cool,
if Palpatine's gonna come back, it's that's a big throw. What I need to see that. You need to deliver. You need to stick that landing.
Yeah.
And there's a montage sequence or group, a big wide group shot of all these ships, and when you start to break down the ships, it's this is J.J. Abrams saying, "Hey, we haven't forgot what was good about Star Wars. Here's all the cool ships.
Yes.
Every cool ship.
We know what sells in toys.
I remember what you guys liked in my Star Trek movies.
Yeah.
And it's not any of the character stuff.
It's the cool ships. Yeah. Including...
What's that? We have a deal with Legos? Okay.
Yeah, as much as there are some good, fun character stuff in some of his Trek movie stuff, it's all the ship shots. It's all the Enterprise shots are the best things about the
best things. Yeah. So, and these shots in this sequence look real cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I won't say
I
that
I love the lightsaber battle on what looks like an ocean battle.
That looked kind of cool.
It looks okay to me. It looks a little CGI-ish.
And it's unfortunately just going to be the nature of the beast.
At this point. And it's just I get kind of disconnected a little, but the choreography looks more leaning into classic Star Wars.
Yeah.
So that
not as refined and basically choreographed as prequel lightsaber fights.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm mildly excited again.
Cool.
So we'll see.
Let's talk about some stuff we have seen.
All right. So we're going to talk about Ready or Not. You guys saw that.
Yeah, we saw this last week.
All of us
I saw it over the weekend. So what do you guys think
I
of Ready?
loved it.
Yeah, So Ready or Not, just to preface in case anybody needs spoilers, BT dubs, is about this woman who's just wedded into a rich family that is basically owns a monopoly on board games. And one of the things that the family does is this ritual on the wedding night of the wedding. They play a game, and the bride has to draw the card for what game it is. And this bride draws hide and seek, which is apparently the bad card because that means the family tries to kill you and you have to hide. And
you're basically being sacrificed to the devil, who has given them their fortune.
I love how long it takes for them to get to the devil. They talk about who the person that the family is indebted to,
the mysterious benefactor.
Yeah, which is the devil. But he has a name that a person name, and then it's not until they finally finish the ritual kind of at the end when they say "Hail Satan,"
right?
That you're like, wait a second. Although, if you're familiar with any kind of Faustian legend, like as soon as they're explaining the mysterious benefactor, you're like,
most people aren't. Most people are going to go in close.
I think a lot of people actually going into it will be able to tell. Oh, they made a deal with the devil.
Yeah,
I mean, I made that assumption.
Yeah,
I don't follow that much.
Still,
but it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
I had fun.
Who is the main girl? The actress?
Samara, I can't remember her last name.
Man, she's great.
Oh man, if you liked her in this, you should definitely see The Babysitter.
Okay.
Like, she plays the main girl character in Netflix, The Babysitter. She plays the babysitter. And again, it's
Samara Weaving.
Okay.
Wait, that's why I should know her last name. She is Hugo Weaving's daughter.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's why she's
there
good.
we go.
It's family trait.
Yeah.
She's just really good. So
and she's gorgeous, too.
This movie, I'm glad I didn't...
No, uncle,
she is very
not daughter.
pretty.
So, uncle.
I'm really glad that I didn't know going in that this is from the creators of VHS. Because VHS is not that good. It's kind of bad. VHS is an anthology film, based around a VHS tape.
Yeah.
And it's not that good. But this movie, very cheap to make, but it doesn't look cheap. I mean, it looks good.
Well, I mean, they didn't have much to spend on, like, settings.
Yeah,
they
because the
probably
settings
just
all
rented
pretty
out
much...
of the state.
Yeah, the settings all pretty much in a mansion.
Yeah.
It's all
mansion
in there
and the grounds
outside at night, so that helps hide a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then, like, the one time they were in the barn. So that's pretty much it. It's all very self-contained locations. It's just... It looks really good.
Yeah.
All the sets are really well made. The mansion's really cool. I love a lot of the kills. I love the family and how much of them are just dumb.
New to this.
Not even just new, just dumb.
Yeah. And like not pretending to be otherwise.
Yeah,
They just
absolutely.
are.
Like, you have one of the and the people who married into this family who also had to go through this ritual, but they drew like Old Maid or something safe, They're part of this now, and they're like, "Oh, I guess we're killing people now." Okay.
Yeah, they
Like
just buy in. They're just like apparently
the husband who got married into the family to the daughter, like, is looking up on YouTube how to operate a crossbow. He's like, "Why are we doing this?"
Because they have to use all the
traditional
family weapons, like the crossbow and everything.
Yeah.
So what's interesting to me about this is we've seen films that have like really great comedy and horror blend before, and this one is blended very well.
Yes.
But for me, what's really entertaining about the film is the comedy is on sort of, to me, an upward trajectory. Like, it gets funnier and funnier as the movie progresses.
Yeah.
It also simultaneously gets gorier and gorier.
Yes.
As it progresses.
Well,
I did not know going in, and I hope you've seen it if you're listening to us now. I did not know going in it was going to be so freaking gory.
It was.
It was beautiful.
I just started busting out laughing at some of it. I was like, oh my God.
Especially when you get to the goat pin scenes.
Yes.
And her hand gets shot through, and she gets
Yes.
knocked
And
down.
then, of course, she has her hand shot through, and she's in that pit, and they just telegraph it, and they're like, hey, guess what's about to happen? Wink, wink. Because they show the ledge where she's climbing up, and they rack focus onto this giant nail sticking, and you're like, oh no, okay, here's what's going to happen. And sure enough, bam, she slams that shot hand right down on the nail.
I have to say, I think one of my favorite shots is the butler. When he's driving in the car with her and he's just listening to the music, that rollover scene.
Yeah.
That was a good shot.
Beautiful.
It's really
And
good.
because she also like splashed boiling water on him and he scarred up.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder
Like she fought back, and it was gorgeous.
It was gorgeous.
we never found out if I guess he bought into the devil bargain. So would he have had the same outcome as the family?
I mean, we would never know because all the maids were killed and the butler.
yeah.
And that was when the first real like the kill that they show in the trailer is when the one maid gets or whatever she is gets shot in the mouth.
Yeah.
And that's so timid, by my standards.
Yeah,
timid.
because it's
And
not.
like, man. But then we see one get crushed by the dumbwaiter.
Yeah.
And like bent. I was like, oh crap.
Well, I mean, the funny thing that's in the movie. That's like the second kill.
Yeah.
Because the first kill is the gunshot.
Yeah.
And it is gory.
Yeah,
You
like,
see
you
this
see
head
into her
bleeding out
brain,
and
yeah.
inside and it
gurgling
does,
and
Yeah,
everything.
gurgling. It sits there and it focuses on that for a bit.
Yep.
So and then when you get back to that, finally get the one that's in the trailer. That's the crossbow shot.
It
It gets even worse. Not that you see it, but you see the aunt just goes like, "I'm gonna cut this head off."
Yep.
Yeah, I love the aunt. Like
She might be my
just from the
favorite character
beginning.
of the family.
Because she was the one I could not tell.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know if she was going to try to stop this because of what we saw in the beginning of the movie
Yeah.
and the prequel, or did she go all in? She went all in. So it was like, oh.
And she's like the oldest, most timid one, and she's carrying the heaviest, most.
I would not say
badass
she's
weapon.
timid.
No, she is
she's
angry.
intimidating.
She is
Well, but she
angry
has
and-
that look. Like
she's-
she's an old lady. She's probably gonna take a knife or something.
Yeah.
But no, the biggest giant battle axe you've ever seen.
Because every time the camera's on her, she's looking at the camera.
She's
and
scowling
she is scowling.
and glaring
She is
and-
upset. And the whole wedding shot, when you have the very beginning of the movie, when you have the actual wedding, and it shows the audience of the wedding, the families, it's her in the front row just scowling at them.
Yeah.
It's like, stop telling. Stop giving it away.
It's so funny though because going in, I'd heard amazing things about the film, so I went in with very high expectations because it had just been like gushed over, and then it's still even with that going in with expectations that high, I still had such a good time.
This is one that I cannot wait for it to come out on DVD.
Oh my
again.
gosh,
fun.
it's so
Yeah.
much fun. And at the end when they think, oh, well, nothing's going to happen to us, and then she just pops. I mean, like, okay, let's just
And I
splatter
love-
the camera with
love
blood.
this.
I love like when that flame engulfs that one chair and you see the devil just for the 2nd, and it's not like a giant
Horns or
horns,
anything.
right? It's just a dapper man being like, "I got you, girl."
Yeah.
Like,
It's such a good fake out too, because you're
Yeah,
kind
you're
of
like,
wondering
this
throughout
can't
the
be real.
you're kind of wondering throughout the whole movie, is this a legit thing? I call BS. I'm pretty sure that they think this is something they have to do, but it'll turn out that she survives and they miss the ritual and nothing happens. And
Had that happened, it would have been still hilarious.
it still would have been great, but I
yeah,
love
especially with the
But I think it's better.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
Yeah, it's
prefer this.
better.
But no, especially with the son-in-law's reactions, like, so nothing's happening. Do we still have to kill her?
right?
Yeah.
It's
It's
like,
like at this point you kind of do because she's your witness, but yeah, otherwise then it happens. Like, oh, this is all supernatural devil worshipy stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
the only character from the family that you really like, and I think they killed him before so that he wouldn't have to go through that explosion.
Adam Brody?
Is the brother.
Yeah.
Because he is just, he's portrayed as, the family screw up. And, when you first meet this character, he's selling out a family member, as a kid. So you're like, oh, he's going to be iffy. But no, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's the best one of the group. And
Well, the one that I didn't anticipate to actually go dark was the husband.
Well, I kind of
did.
expected it because it seemed like the movie was setting up Adam Brody's character to be like the sole good guy of the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because of that, I figured to balance it out, they have to have the husband go back the other way.
Yeah, it's just so anti-Hollywood to do that.
Yeah.
I just figured with the stakes that had been laid out, either she dies or all of us die, she wouldn't be able to have a husband anyway. So why not just make him evil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was great. I loved seeing him turn evil.
And he was right. No, he wasn't right. But his bit at the end when he does the turn is like we're not going to work out at all, are we? He because he loves this woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he was going. He was trying to fight against it. He was trying to keep her out. He was trying to save her. But he's at a point where he realizes, even if I get you out of here, we're done. You're not going to want to be with me.
Right. So yeah.
So,
might as well kill you.
Might as well.
Just follow through.
Yeah.
I don't know. The movie was like 9 out of 10 for me. I loved it.
It's good. I
Yeah.
think
It's just highly
it
entertaining
will
and
be
fun.
on a couple of our top 10
Yeah.
lists.
Hilarious and very well acted.
Yeah.
I can't really complain
Yeah.
about anybody. I mean, the cokehead sister or whatever she was hilarious.
Oh, she was hysterical.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when you see her just take like the first one that you see her take, as opposed to the powder on the nose the first time, and she just goes, "Yeah!" And
Yep.
you're just like,
Hilarious.
she's a great character.
I can't wait to watch it again.
All right.
So yeah,
So I guess
Nico.
now we got some movie news coming out. Just announced today. Ben Wheatley, reported by Deadline, will helm the new Tomb Raider movie. Ben Wheatley has been the helmer of Kill List, Sightseers, High Rise, and Field of England, and Free Fire.
That's awesome. I was actually going to ask you what has Ben Wheatley done because
Yep.
I don't know that name. Now I know, and I'm not excited.
But he is going to be doing the next Lara Croft with the same Alicia Vikander reprising the role. Wheatley's frequent collaborator, Amy Jump, was already tapped to write the screenplay.
All right.
So, yeah, Tomb Raider was one of those movies that did not do well.
It didn't do well. Did you see it?
No, I never saw it.
No.
Because word of mouth was it's just not good.
Yeah.
And it just came and went. It did not last in box office that long.
It didn't last in theaters that
Yeah,
long.
and so I was just like, was this a sequel that was planned? I haven't really seen a lot of Ben Wheatley stuff. Free Fire is supposedly really good, and it's got a lot of action in it. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious. I actually been wanting to go see Free Fire. I just haven't yet. So but I'm intrigued. I'm interested to see how this goes.
Mm-hmm.
You'll find out March 19th.
Yeah.
Yep.
2021.
So here's what's funny about it is that movie that I did see it because it was during part of my heyday of movie passness.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I did see it, and it was out right around the time of The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because while the movie has a lot of issues story-wise, this female hero was really refreshing to me because of going through, the Mary Sue that was Rey.
Are we talking about Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because they were both out around the same time, and we had seen The Force Awakens, and she just wasn't, you could say what you want about whether you like it or not, and that's fine, but she was a Mary Sue character. She had the best of everything. She solved every problem. She was a badass at every turn, where this female character, this hero in Tomb Raider, she had a struggle. And I appreciated seeing that because she was still a badass, but she struggled for everything. She had to figure it out and learn and get beat down and come back from it and all this stuff.
She didn't just suddenly figure out, I can force pull a lightsaber. And
Exactly.
fight with it. Yeah.
Exactly. She gets her butt kicked quite a lot in the film before she actually wins. And that just was so refreshing to me. So I really enjoyed it for that. And the actress, I didn't know who she is, but she was good. I liked her. I'm glad she's going to be in the second one.
Everything I'd seen in the trailers looked like she was a good pick for it. So
Yeah, I think you should watch it. I mean, it's entertaining.
Yeah, I think this
It's not any worse than Cradle of Life, the second Tomb Raider film. It's not worse than that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
You know what? Say what you will, but I'll still watch that movie for fun.
Well, I have them both. I have them both on 4K. 4K, I have them. So
Some movies you just have
Did you
as
buy
guilty
them?
pleasures.
Well, no, I did not buy them.
Okay, there we go.
I did not buy them. But I kept them. I could have traded them. I enjoy the first Tomb Raider probably the way you enjoy Cradle of Life. It's crap, but it's fun. I can put it in and do stuff around the house and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I actually liked her.
Angelina Jolie.
I liked her
Lara
as
Croft.
I thought she was a great pick at that point in time.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So we're doing some TV.
Yeah. So
Yes.
author Ursula K. Le Guin's Earthsea fantasy book series, which ran from 1968 to 2001, is in development as an adapted television series from A24 and producer Jennifer Fox. Jennifer Fox did Nightcrawler and Michael Clayton. So A24 will serve as the studio behind the book-to-TV adaptation, and they will be financing the project. Fox will serve as a producer. In development project will be shopped around to network, so we're not sure where it's going to be located.
I foresee Amazon Prime.
Yeah. But this will be the second time.
Amazon Prime seems like the obvious go-to, but that's the problem is because it's got so much fantasy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
They've got the Lord of the Rings thing.
it's got Lord of the Rings and Wheel of Time.
And it could be that Netflix or Hulu takes it as a competitor.
Yeah.
Hulu needs something like this, actually.
There we go.
I was going to get to that.
Sorry.
Oh, go. Sorry.
Sorry, Tina.
Continue.
This is the second time Look Wins Earthsea series has been adapted for TV. If you remember 2004, where it aired on the Sci-Fi Channel.
I remember.
So also called the Earthsea Cycle. Focuses on Ged or Jed, however you want to pronounce it. A young and powerful sorcerer in the fictional world of Earthsea whose quest for power accidentally lets loose an evil across the land that only he can stop. Just like Nico's love for me accidentally unleashed my evil that only a ring can stop.
It was already unleashed. I didn't do anything.
That's probably true.
But keep in mind, this is on the heels of HBO finishing up Game of Thrones, so everybody's thirsting after the next big blockbuster fantasy series. So you got Netflix, who's bringing about The Witcher. You got Amazon Prime, which, as you guys have already said,
Spoilers.
is bringing on Lord of the Rings TV series and a very ambitious Wheel of Time series, which will star Rosamund Pike.
I didn't know that. I like
yep.
her.
So we'll just have to wait and see how A24 and Fox's Earthsea fares among these new entries.
I mean, it's Fox, which is now Disney.
Right, so it could go straight to Disney Plus.
It could, but I think Hulu is a more likely.
I think
shot.
Hulu makes sense. They need something like this.
Let me clarify. It's not Fox itself. It's the producer's name is Jennifer Fox.
Sorry.
Okay.
You did say that.
Let me clarify.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Good point.
Yeah, but then you started saying just Fox because it takes off the first name. Yeah, sorry.
And how weird. She did Michael Clayton, which is a movie I like, but it has nothing to do with sci-fi or fantasy.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I still think Hulu is the place.
I would like to see it on Hulu.
I would too, because what's weird is right now, at least with Amazon,
it's overburdened.
Well, and
Like,
and they've got stuff coming out that no one's talking about, like the show we were just.
I just watched Carnival Row.
No one's talking about that.
There's a little bit of conversation, but not a lot, because it's. I mean, it just dropped. It was like this week, a week ago or something.
Yeah.
And it's only 8 episodes for its first season. I believe it's already ordered to second, so we're gonna get a second season.
Okay.
It's okay.
Amazon Prime to me is getting. Sorry, go ahead.
I like the world building, but it's an overloaded plot. But we'll see if it streams down in the second season. Tina, you were saying Amazon Prime?
What about
Yeah, Amazon Prime to me is getting the same disease that Netflix got for me like a couple of years ago. There's so much stuff, and I hear like Nika will say, "Hey, have you watched this?" Or my friend over here will say, "Hey, have you watched this?" All of which is on Amazon Prime. It's like, which one do I start first? Now there's so much pressure coming from different sides.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch any of them.
Well, and that's fair. It's
and that's
overload.
what happened. That's one of the reasons I stopped watching Netflix as much, because I would just be like, you know what, I'll just watch this series. Nobody talks about this series, so I don't have
Or
any
we'll
pressure.
just watch Kitchen Nightmare repeats and not have to think about it.
Why are you calling me out like that?
although Amazon gave us The Boys. And that was good.
The Boys, and the last I heard, The Boys was their most successful show. Their most viewed show.
Yeah.
My thing is they're not good at getting press the way Netflix is.
Yeah.
When Netflix puts out a new show, people talk about it.
Which is super weird because Amazon is successful as a production company in terms of accolades.
Yeah.
They've won Oscars.
Yeah, well, Amazon, I've said this before, I prefer Amazon's approach to film over Netflix because they still take stuff to theaters.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a joke, by the way. So Netflix is producing a movie version of the Zach Galifianakis interview series Between Two Ferns. And in the trailer, at the end of it, Zach Galifianakis is like, coming to theaters, wait. And then it pauses, and then someone off screen is like, not coming to theaters.
Yeah.
And that's the joke. It's a movie that Netflix is making, and he's purposely calling out the fact that it's not going to be in theaters.
So, sidebar on that is, have you guys heard about what's going on with The Irishman?
No.
Martin
something-
Scorsese movie. So Netflix told him and basically gave him carte blanche and said, "Do your movie.
Yeah.
You know, whatever length you make it, you know, do it." So it's over 3 hours. This movie.
Ooh.
His
I didn't know the runtime.
yeah, it's over 3 hours.
Jeez.
And they had planned a small kind of theatrical run, and everybody knew they're doing it for Oscars because they can't.
Yeah.
That's a battle they have not been able to win.
Yeah, that's
so
the
they're
Martin Scorsese move right there.
yeah, so they've just
Definitely.
decided to do it. But there's an internal struggle because Scorsese wanted a traditional theatrical release. But if he did, why did he go to Netflix to start with?
Yeah.
Because why would you do that?
I mean, it's not like Martin Scorsese can't get any kind of deal. Like, I mean, it's Martin Scorsese.
He
Yeah,
wouldn't
something
have he would not, although he would not have gotten a studio to give him a 3+ hour movie.
Disney did
I mean-
Marvel.
Yeah, but
that
Wolf
was-
of Wall Street had to get 1 minute under to get that movie.
That's
done.
true.
So
That's also saying, like, okay, Marvel had a culmination of all these events leading up to this where they proved, yeah, we need a 3-hour movie.
And
Yeah.
also the flip side, the other side of Marvel is the merchandising thing. More
Yeah.
time means more characters and new suits, so new toys.
Yeah.
They could market that and use that to.
That's
sell more
true.
stuff.
And I was actually thinking about how, you know, we were just talking about how Once Upon a Time in Hollywood isn't making nearly the money
Yeah.
that I think it deserves to make, but it's doing for the studio what his movies kind of do now, which is
Yeah.
accolades.
Yeah.
So attention and awards, and that's
Yeah.
what The Irishman's going to do for Netflix, and that's what they're in it for.
Yeah.
It-
Plus, at least with it being on Netflix, you can pause it to go pee.
Yeah.
That's a selling point.
I mean, it is. It's true. It's still like as the last article that I read that it's still going to get sort of that really small art house.
It's going
run,
to
but
get
got-
LA and New York. It's going to be LA.
Well,
Yeah.
no, it'll probably do what Roma did last year.
Oh, so that means we might get it.
We
'cause
might get
got
it for a
Roma.
week.
That actually would be really cool.
Yeah, because the
We
Roma
should
was
get a
really
group
long.
together
Also,
and go see it.
oh, I'm going. It's a Scorsese film.
Yeah.
You know about the mob.
But
so
I
I'm
mean,
gonna go.
together as
Yeah,
a group
let's do
instead
it.
of on our own.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down.
Okay.
So yeah, there you go.
But if you want to just stay at home.
But
and
this
watch
Le Guin,
something- Oh, yeah,
I've read a lot of
that.
I've read a lot of
tried.
Ursula Le Guin stuff.
Yeah.
I actually in college took a class called Feminism and Science Fiction, and that's how I got introduced to her and her
That sounds
stuff.
like a fascinating. I wish I had that class.
It was really good. You know, it was really. I had needed an elective, so
Yeah.
I took it, and we got to read some cool science fiction from female writers like Ursula Le Guin and Mercedes Lackey, who's
Now,
not
you
related.
also had a fun elective your last
Oh,
year.
I had fun classes. I'm not going to say.
Mr. Film, what was it? The
I
film?
had multiple film classes my last year because
That's
it was a
awesome.
film history minor.
yeah.
Nice. So I'm excited for this. I hope they do it justice. The thing that excites me the most is A24 being behind it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fascinating because usually you don't think of them for TV, but they've made shows before.
Have they?
Euphoria, which is on HBO right now, is one of theirs.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to
Okay.
wiki that because I was also like, what name did shows before?
I guess I have to watch it because I've got a couple of people that are at me to watch Euphoria, and I'm like, it's just about.
But now it's
teenagers.
A24. So
Now I'm going to watch it.
That's your bar. It's like
Right?
It's A24.
They little did they know the Sarah, who plays in Film Ball, and Nathan, who will be here next week for bidding also. They both been at me to watch it, and I'm like, it's just
That's all they had to say.
Teenagers doing drugs, right? Well, if they just said A24, I'd have watched it. I guess I would now. All right, so if you want to pick up a Blu-ray this week, you can get the Men in Black International. It's on Blu-ray 4K, and there's an exclusive digipack at Target.
I read that as Men in Black International Blu-ray 4K. Like it's an international release.
Can play all regions.
What a terrible, terrible movie. Also, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? The complete series is out this week. And it isn't like the coolest box.
Oh,
It
is
come-
Is it a mystery machine?
no, it is a haunted house. Where you pull the roof off of the haunted house. And
Nico, I might need to upgrade because I have the mystery machine.
it's so cool.
Yeah,
the
because
packaging is
the Scooby-Doo Where Are You DVD set came in
a mystery machine. I
and it
remember.
actually rolled the
Yes.
discs were on the top.
I still play with it sometimes when Nico's not home.
That's so cool. And this one is, they've touted this one as like the definitive complete version with all the music intact and all that stuff.
I might need it, Nico.
I think even the Batman and Robin and Harlem Globetrotters are on the back of the box.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
But the packaging is badass.
Those look really cool. Yeah.
granted, my mystery machine one has the Batman, Scooby Doo
Yep.
crossovers and stuff like that, so I'm not too terribly worried I'm missing out on that collection.
Yeah.
as far as content.
But
But I'm a Scooby-Doo fan.
that packaging is cool, and
I
it
need
also
it.
comes with an exclusive Scooby-Doo pop keychain in the package too. Yeah, he's eating a pie
Like a
or
sandwich,
something.
yeah.
Or sandwich.
No,
a Subway sandwich. Yeah,
what I
that's it
really
is.
want them to do is come out with something similar to that packaging-wise, but for the Scooby-Doo movies. And I'm not
That would
talking
be
about,
cool.
like, the new movies where, like, no, I mean, I want Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School. I want
Oh, like the
Boo
80s
Brothers.
movies?
I want
Yeah, the classic ones.
Yeah.
even throw in Zombie Island.
That would be cool.
Zombie Island was a great
Somehow
movie.
was great, and then
they
they're
ruined it
releasing
with
that
this.
sequel that looks
Yeah.
like garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, so what's really funny is I would like to have that Scooby-Doo package.
Yeah.
And then October 1st, there is a Alfred Hitchcock package that's coming out of all of his best films.
Is it also in a house?
It is in the Bates Motel.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's good too. Oh, that's also too.
Yeah, so I like to have both of those side by side.
The Bates Mansion, but the Bates Motel is also good.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It is a mansion.
Oh,
it's
yes,
his
yes,
house.
yes,
It's
yes,
in his house,
yes.
in the Bates house. Yeah.
So what we need
So
is
to
we
have
need
those two side by
Scooby-Doo.
side on the
Yeah.
shelf
We
would be
need the
badass.
Alfred
'Cause it's such a
Hitchcock,
good-
and then we need the mystery machine so we can drive between.
That's right. That would be
Like
perfect.
I think they had a. They had the house. I don't know if it's still up. They had a mock of it at Universal in Florida.
I think it's still there.
Yeah, when I was a kid, when I was 10, and it
Mm-hmm.
was there, and I saw it in the distance, like, oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, same. And I was actually there with a friend, and we tried to sneak over to it and got caught.
Ah.
Yeah, I wanted to just walk up to it, even though I knew it was a facade. I just wanted to get close to it, and I couldn't do it. All right, so Booksmart is out. I want you guys to watch that so we can actually talk about that.
I need to
movie.
watch it.
Yeah.
I want to watch it. I
Because
missed it in theaters.
It's
and I'm
been
upset.
on our list. It's just whenever we
Yes.
whenever we go see a movie, it's
There are
not a
other movies.
priority for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, sure.
So-
It was just one of those second movie days for me.
Yeah.
So Ma is out. Don't waste your time on that one. So I've been waiting for this next one for a very long time, and this is Rambo 4K. So we've had
That's
First
the
Blood.
like the 2004.
Yeah, the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie. I thought that was. If that had been the end, I would have been fine with it because it was
a great movie.
really great movie, and I'm happy to finally get it in 4K because I have the others
Yeah.
in 4K. So
Rambo, yeah, like Rambo Last Blood, the new one is it's not. It's also like one that I wasn't asking for,
Mm-hmm.
but I like Stallone, and particularly Stallone personal projects. Mm-hmm. So I'm very interested in this one. It's
Well-
not as studio driven. It's Rambo and Stallone.
I think it was probably asked for by somebody.
I'm sure it was asked for by somebody, but I also get the feeling that Stallone wouldn't do it unless it's like, hey, we've got it. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I don't know if he wrote the script or not, but
Yeah, I don't think he did, but I think he probably has some level of involvement.
yeah,
He definitely has to rubber stamp it.
exactly.
Whereas you're excited for that one, I'm excited for the next one.
Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, I'm excited for that too. I love Elvira.
Yeah.
I love
Elvira is
her.
classic. So that is out on Blu-ray also.
I
this
still
week.
can't believe my mom let me dress up as Elvira when I was 9.
That's
for Halloween.
That's
hilarious.
awesome.
Of course, I didn't have the
You didn't fill
proper
it out as much,
assets
yeah.
as what I would do now. But yeah, no, yeah, that was the same year that I dressed up as Elvira. My sister dressed up as Scarlett O'Hara.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Elvira's last film, the last like Elvira like traditional film that she did, I think is out on Blu-ray also, and it's called Elvira's Haunted Hills. And it just has her cleavage on the box. All
Of course.
Yeah.
right, what do we got coming in comics?
We got a lot in comics this week. From Marvel, we have Amazing Spider-Man Going Big, which is a weird, interesting return of famed Spider-Man people. Eric Larson, who left to go found Image, and Savage Dragon is coming back. Jerry Conway, the guy who killed Gwen Stacy. Mark Bailey's doing art in here too. So it's
Oh, wow.
them coming back just for a weird special. So
That's
for-
awesome.
Kind of for the 80th anniversary of Marvel stuff. Champions number 9, which is the penultimate issue of that one. House of X 4 of 6. So we're getting in the back half of that miniseries with the Jonathan Hickman's X-Men stuff. Star Wars number 71 and Web of Black Widow number 1 of 5.
Awesome.
From DC, very similar to the Spider-Man book, we have Batman versus Ra's al Ghul with Neil Adams, who was a seminal Batman writer and artist in the late 70s, early 80s. We have Doomsday Clock number 11 of 12. We're almost done there. Green Lanterns number 11. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy 1 of 6. And Justice League number 31.
All right.
In other titles, we have Buffy the Vampire Slayer number 8. Die, number 7. Pretty Deadly, Rat, number 1 of 5. Wicked in the Vine, number 45, the last issue of that one. And the big one, Spawn, 300.
Holy cow. Who would think of Spawn going 300 issues?
I guess you could say it spawns a lot of issues. That one
spawned a franchise.
That was
And when
better.
you thought it was dead, it respawned.
Oh. Yeah,
No.
but no, Spawn's 300.
Wow.
Todd
That's-
McFarlane's like, oh, yay.
Hey, here's another one.
That's an epic right there.
It is.
Yeah.
So I bought up all the X-Men stuff. I haven't read it yet, but that's my goal is hopefully this week to get caught up.
I'm this week and last week behind. I'll probably pick them up this weekend at some point, maybe.
I mean, you have to pick them up before Disney. So
Yeah, I'm definitely going to pick them. Well,
to take with you for reading material?
no,
No,
I'll be
no.
done with them before I go to
But
Disney.
I want him to buy his comics before Disney, so that way he can't have the excuse of, oh, well, Tina, when we get back, I gotta buy comics, so I can't buy you this.
I mean, I could come up with other excuses.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that
okay.
won't be one of them.
That's fine. I'll still have more comics to buy after
That's
Disney,
true.
so-
They never stop.
They don't
You know,
stop.
The comics don't
They
end.
don't stop.
They don't.
All I know is you better be adding Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn.
I'll probably. It's a 6-issue miniseries. I'll probably get in trade if in that case.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to because it's that dark Dungeons and Dragons cartoon kind of version thing where they
Alright.
get sucked into the world. It's really good.
Yeah.
Wicked in the Vine. I love the series and its ending. I'm looking forward to putting a pin on that one. So I could just I've got this entire series done now. That's always fulfilling when
It
a
is.
series ends and it's like I own it all. And it's one I picked up since issue 1.
Really? Because that doesn't stop you from buying the trades.
The trades are beautiful.
It depends. And I don't have any trades for Wicked Divine yet. And House of X and Powers of X. I'll get all this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bought the House of X stuff and I bought the Powers of X stuff. I just got to now sit down and read it. Yeah.
They're dense. They are
Yeah.
dense books and there are infographics. So it's not a quick typical comic read.
Yeah, so it may take me all next week to get them.
Yeah.
I was telling Nico, I found out yesterday that my boss is actually reading Absolute Carnage at work. Like, he tried to hide it.
Why?
Well, he was trying to hide it from, other people so that he wouldn't be caught reading comics at work.
Oh.
But I was shadowing him, and I was like, hey, what's that under your book there? What comic is that? He goes,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, Absolute Carnage. Okay, cool. And so we just started talking about comics.
Except Carnage.
Well, we weren't talking about Carnage. We were talking about comics. So,
Yeah, hopefully you talked about something good.
Yeah.
Did I say that? I said that, yeah.
I hear it's going pretty good. Ryan Sigmund.
So far, he's liking it. So
Yeah, Donnie Coates,
I know not
the
what
guy
people
who's
like.
writing it, has had a pretty acclaimed run on Venom.
Yeah.
It's
I just find him to
coming
be
out
a
of that.
boring character. It just-
Carnage is a boring character, but I think this one, from my understanding, it's kind of more culty like, and I'm kind of interested. But it's also one where I don't need to necessarily get, which is weird because it's Spider-Man adjacent. You would think I'd jump into the miniseries, but it's also just because I've got a lot of books already that I'm not jumping into that
Yeah.
one. I can just wait for.
Yeah, but for me, Spider-Man adjacent doesn't mean there's Spider-Man. If Spider-Man's
Yeah.
not in the book, I'm less likely to pick it up. Especially if it's Carnage or Venom. Because I find Venom to be boring too a lot of times.
depends on how they're doing Venom. So
Yeah.
if they play him off as the actual anti-hero, as what I'm used to him, what I like, then yeah, I'll be fine with it. It's when they try and make him one end of the spectrum or the other. If they have him portray as the super good guy or the super bad guy, it's meh.
That's boring. Yeah.
He's generally, neutral. And that's what I like.
Yeah. Well, or at least, hopefully chaotic.
Yeah.
Neutral.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
I
All
like
right.
my chaotics.
I didn't make coffee for you or for me, so we should probably wrap this thing
Yeah.
up. You can get your comics and your Blu-rays list up on Culturesmash.tv later tonight, because I will put those up before bed. Let's wrap this thing up.
All right.
All right. Where can we find you on the internet, sir?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram under Nico Scream, and IKOSCREAM, mostly talking about D&D stuff, comic stuff. And that's pretty much it.
You can find me Twitter at CheddarPopper, CheddarPoppr, and Instagram at Novinity Avalon. Follow me if you like food.
I love food.
I love food. That's why I take pictures of it.
Me too.
She does.
Somebody was complaining because Zach is not here because he's getting ready to go to Disney, And
Wait, somebody was complaining Zach's not here?
well, no, someone was complaining about how Ada was actually complaining. She said, when you follow their Instagram, all they do is post food pictures. I'm like, I know what the rides look like. I want to see what they ate. I want to see the food. I love the food.
So that you can be like, okay, I'm going there.
Yeah, I'm going to eat that. That looks like crap. I wouldn't waste my money. That looks delicious.
That was essentially our entire New Orleans trip. So
yes.
yeah, it is pretty much what's
I watched
happen.
everything you posted. Yeah. I was like, those beignets, boy.
Oh, they were good.
They look good. All right, so you can find me at All Things Culture Smash, mostly Culture Smash on Facebook, a little bit on Instagram, but also follow Four Cone Films on Facebook. We'll be posting some stuff there about the next project, and also we're still doing a lot of things with Family of Fear.
Yeah, you just got through with what, CreepyCon?
We just did CreepyCon.
Yeah.
CreepyCon was a really good time, and we've got some international screenings coming up, and we're still working on some other like domestic film festivals. So.
And you also just got done with the 48-hour film festival.
Yeah, we did 48 Hour, and that film will be up on the Four Cone Films Facebook page probably in the next week or two whenever they make them public. It was another fun time.
Yeah.
Stressful time, I think a few years taken from my life, but it was fun.
Well, I mean, given how many years you've done 48-hour, you probably only have like 3 more years.
I probably do, because this was my 9th one.
I will say the story that you told this year.
It was a good one.
Not the film, but the story that you told getting it to Kernan was hilarious.
Yeah, okay, so you can message me on Facebook and I'll be happy to share that. It was quite an adventure. So I guess we'll see everybody next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.